Oh wait, is this recording? My bad. So I was just getting my tea, sorry. You might want to grab a cup if you're sitting down for this. This is a new segment. You might like it, you might hate it. If you like it, let me know. If you hate it, also let me know. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so happy you came back. My name is Jordan Chapman. If you're new, if you're not new, well, thanks for coming back. So today I am doing a brand new series where I am going to be speaking my opinions, because in the last couple of months I've been looking for my purpose. It's a lot of why I've taken a while off of YouTube and a while off of blogging and a while of everything internet related except for maybe Instagram, because I know if I did that, my entire following would be gone by the time I got back. That actually is going to be one of the topics, but that's not this video, that's a couple videos from now. So basically I'm here today and I'm going to film all of the videos for July, and all the videos for July on my Wednesday videos are going to be just like this. They're going to be sit down, chatty videos with me talking about not necessarily why I blog, but different topics that I find that I can't really talk about on other platforms because they don't fit the aesthetic of a college fashion blogger, travel blogger who goes around and does all this stuff. But it's like, that's a very one window portion of my life. My life is not, oh, I'm in London. That's where I was on my Instagram. I've been home for a couple weeks now. It's not, oh, she's in London and she's got her face completely beat. She's got highlighter on point. Not today. It's not perfectly curated Instagram photos. Life is not all peachy goodness. It's not that. And I'm kind of sick of it because it's not real. That's why I joined YouTube and that's why I started blogging, because I felt it was a real way for me to get my life back in order. So today I'm going to be talking about the blogging culture as a whole. One of the other topics will be me talking about Instagram and why I kind of hate it now and why I think it's super fake and it needs to go. And then another one would be politics. Lord help us. And then one of the final topics will be talking about what happens after death. So as you might have known, if you didn't know, I lost my dad and my grandmother this year. It's been a rough 2 months now. Yeah, it's been 2 months. It was April the 16th when my dad died, and it is July the 2nd today. So yeah, that's how my life's been going since April. Basically, I'm going to be talking about that and then talking about like what to do in that situation, because I feel like it's important for me to kind of talk about it, because a lot of people don't know what to do in that situation, but it's something that everybody goes through because people die all the time. Millions of people die every day, and it's important for people to know how to handle that situation. But today's video is all about blogging culture. That's why I have the tea, because today is going to be intense, because there has been a lot of crap going on in the blogging industry and like the whole community lately. Personally, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of looking on Instagram and being in my blogger group saying, ooh, there was new drama today. That's not why I'm here. I'm here to provide my voice and have my voice and tell you what's important to me. But I feel like a lot of times people don't do that anymore. So this video is going to cover two or three of the witch hunts. It depends on how long it gets when I get there, that have gone down in the past couple of months. It's going to talk about why I started blogging and what I hope for the future, and also what the blogging community as a whole can do to fix itself. Because honestly, we're supposed to be in this together, but right now I do not think we're in it together. So let's begin. So basically with blogging in the past couple of months, there have been 3 really big witch hunts that I have seen. Most of them have comprised of the British blogger community. I'm also just very in tune with that community, but I do not think there have been that many on the American side or on the Italian side or on the French side, but it's seemed to center around these 3 really big, really popular people who happen to all be from the UK. So the first one, we all know this one. I think it went around like wildfire when it happened, and I was just really confused because I found out that I did follow them, but their content never comes up on my Instagram. Thanks, Instagram. And then I also found out that I didn't follow them on all of their social networks. It was just that I saw and picked pieces from other people. So the first person is Sarah Ashcroft. If you don't know, you might want to look. I'm going to give a quick rundown, but if you want the full story, the link to her article on Cosmopolitan, which has been altered. The link to her article on Cosmo is down below, so you can read it and figure out what she said, like, well, an altered version of what she said. And then you can figure out like why people got really angry, and I can understand why they got angry because it was kind of rude. But that was a really big witch hunt where basically Sarah was interviewed by Cosmo, and basically she made a statement saying that the industry is oversaturated. And in a way, she's not wrong. The industry is very oversaturated. And in blogging, there's a lot of times where you try to do something really different, but then someone's already done it. It's like everyone models themselves off of the Kardashians, or they're very into their niche. Like there's a luxury niche, there's a plus size bloggers niche, there is a like Kim Kardashian-esque niche, there's like the quirky niche, there's the student niche, there's all these niches, but there are certain groups of people within those niches who are at the top who have no intention of going anywhere. And there really is not room for a lot of growth. And I honestly, as somebody who has basically stayed the same for the past 4 years, I will gladly be the first person to say that. Her statement, she came off very callous and very rude, and people were like,
you can't say that there's oversaturated, there's always room for more people.
But that was the people who are at the top who have seen a lot of upward movement. A lot of the people at the bottom got mad because they were like,
well, I've just been doing this for 2 years, what am I supposed to do now?
So it pissed everybody across the board off, but she wasn't wrong. Sarah was not wrong in what she said. She was actually very correct. It is oversaturated. There's a way to put it where it doesn't come off really mean and kind of, but there's a way to put it, and I don't think she put it very well, but she wasn't wrong. There is not a lot of upward movement growth. Yes, you have to, if you stand out and you do something new, but that requires carving your own niche and then getting people to attract to that niche. If I'm kind of in this limbo of I'm a travel blogger, but I'm a fashion blogger, but I'm a college blogger, but I'm in the middle of it all. I do not have the budgets to go to the Maldives, but I'm also not somebody who brands would fly out to the Maldives. I don't fit a lot of the stereotypes that people want to put on Black women in the blogging industry. So guess who's not growing? Ding, 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 ding. So Sarah's witch hunt was one of the bigger witch hunts this year because everyone just kind of all came together and were like,
burn the witch at the stake, burn her, burn her.
And it was a mess. Like Cosmo redid the story, which made people even more mad because they didn't stick by what she said. And Sarah was like, I'm not mad, I'm not sorry, and I don't blame her. It's your opinion, stand by it, girl. That was one of the bigger ones this year. And then when it all kind of settled back down, people just stopped talking about it because why? It's not important. But it did make it very clear that this was one of the first of many that was about to happen. So the second one, I'm going in chronological order, was Lydia Millen. So Lydia's a popular YouTuber, and she has seen a lot of upward movement in, I think what'd she say, like a year or two? It's been about the same amount of time that I've been on YouTube, so it's about maybe a year and a half, 2 years, maybe 3. She might have been on longer than I have, but she's been blogging longer than I have. Lydia is gorgeous. She's stunning. She has amassed the funds and has been given a lot of things by brands, so she does a lot of luxury stuff. I don't mind that at all. I actually loved watching her content. And then a couple weeks ago, she put out a tweet that said, I wish that brands would let me bring, brands and hotels, like when she got invited on press trips and stuff, would let her bring her photographer and her videographer with her, because sometimes she's not allowed to bring them because that's an additional cost or whatever. But that tweet kind of set everybody off because they were like, ooh, look at you, poor little rich girl. And it was really horrible to see because she does seem like a very nice, genuine person. And then Lydia got defensive, and then people just started getting even angrier. Other bigger people got involved, and they were either defending her or they were attacking her. Not even attacking, it was more of like a indirect or like a direct jab, like a, oh, really? Oh, poor you. Kind of like one of those things. But it just got out of hand, and it was like like 3 or 4 days of this mess. And I think the one with Sarah was like a week or so. It was a long time. But the one with Lydia was like 2 or 3 days. And I know I was on vacation when it happened, and I was like, what is going on Twitter? So I was just kind of sitting, sipping my tea, watching it go down. And Lydia made a very, very, very good Instagram story about it. She has posted it somewhere in full. If she has, great. If not, I'm sorry, you can't watch it. But if you search Lydia Millen in the description box or on Twitter, that's where it all went down. If you search Lydia E. Millen, I think it is, on Twitter, or I'll try and link to the tweet below if she hasn't deleted it, so you can read everything. So the third one was not really much. of a witch hunt. It was more of a really, that was more of the gist. So Amelia Liana, I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I butchered it. She has been photoshopping her Instagrams. She photoshopped like her Instagrams in New York, vacation, hotel room. A lot of stuff went down. It's very plain and obvious. As somebody who's a photographer, I was like, I knew that from the jump. But you're not following her for the realness. You're following her for the pretty aesthetic. So people were complaining about it, and they were all of a sudden like, mind blown. And I'm like, y'all didn't know this already? Where you been? On a plane, and it's this really beautiful shot of her sitting on by the window, and it's like a sunset outside, and it's beautiful and gorgeous and pink, like one of those picturesque sunsets that you see on television. I was like, that's Photoshop. You can tell looking at it. But people never really looked at it to the point where they noticed, oh, that's Photoshop. And so people were like, oh my God, she's Photoshopping. And I'm like, guys, you just didn't notice it before. And they were like going on a witch hunt with her because they were like, oh my God, she's Photoshopping and misleading people and making this lifestyle, and now she's not talking about it. And she just kept her nose out of it and let it run. And honestly, I can respect her for that, because I was like, she knows people follow her for that, and I don't think she really cares about it, but I also don't think that it really matters that much, because it's her Instagram, not yours. So if you want to tell her on Photoshop, that's up to her. That's not up to you. If you don't like it, unfollow her. So those are the 3 witch hunts, but do you want to know what they all had in common? They all proved that the blogger industry is not as loving as it makes itself seem. It proved that bloggers are not out to make each other better. They're out to find something that entertains them and that almost brings somebody else down if they're not at a certain point in their lives. It proved, especially to me, that upward growth is something that only certain people get. And if you're not a part of that certain group, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna see it. Sorry, not sorry. It's just not gonna happen. So to me, that's really distressing, because I love being a blogger. It's what I've done since I was 16. It's something that I wanted to make a career out of when I was younger. And I still do, honestly. I honestly want to make a way that I can live off of the blogging income and not have to do a 9 to 5, not have to go to law school, which is something that I do love. There's a bug. It's something that I do love, but at the same time, it's something that I know is not something that will fulfill me and make me as happy and as creative. And I don't want to do something that I don't love. If I find out I love law in the next 2 years, I will gladly go into it. But if I find out I don't, sorry. Blogging is something that I joined at a time when people loved each other and where people were really ready to boost each other up. And it wasn't necessarily doing it for the likes and for the views and for the sponsorships. It was for the love of doing it. And I think a lot of people have lost that. And I think as an industry, we have to it's almost like we have to do with the American political system. We have to not necessarily start all over and rebuild, but we have to take a really good look at ourselves and think, why am I doing this? Why am I attacking this person over a tweet? Why am I scrutinizing somebody's Instagrams to the point where I can tell if they photoshopped it or not? Why am I a part of these witch hunts? Why am I blogging? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? What is the point? We've lost our way. We've lost our point as bloggers. We've lost what makes us a community. It's not a community anymore. It's this person's popular, this person's not. It's become a he versus she versus she, something that doesn't foster that positivity that once attracted me to the industry. It's become catty and mean and horrible. There are people who will always have that fake luxury, non-attainable lifestyle. Get over it. If you don't like it, don't follow them. I've unfollowed so many people this year because their content just does not fulfill me. And it almost made me jealous. It made me hate the fact of my situation. It made me hate myself. It made me hate my content. It made me hate a lot of what I was doing because I knew that it was not something that I was happy with. It wasn't what I wanted. But at this point in my life, I can't spend $4,000 on a drone. I do not have the time or the money to go to the Maldives and take a fancy trip and document the whole thing. I live in Atlanta, which is not a big blogger city. And yes, you can blog from anywhere, but it's a lot easier when you are in London, Paris, New York, LA, Boston, basically every other city besides Atlanta. I can make my own way and I'm doing that now, but it's a lot harder, and I will talk about it because it is harder being in Atlanta and it is harder being a Black woman as a blogger, and I'm not going to say anything different. If you don't like it, sucks. It is harder. Honestly, right now, I want to find and I want other bloggers to kind of come together and remember why you blog. Remember why you do this. Don't go on witch hunts just to make people feel bad, even if it's not intentional. There's no point to it. You make yourself look bad, you make them feel bad, and it doesn't create a positive atmosphere. Think about why you joined. Did you join for the money? Did you join for the community? Did you join for the brands? Did you join for the love of it? Or did you just join just to join? Figure out what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, you're not going to go anywhere. Speak out when people do create these witch hunts, but also have your opinion, but just don't attack people with your opinion. Opinions are opinions. Opinions are good. I like opinions. I have a lot of them, as you will learn. And they're good to have, but also learn how to speak your opinion. You don't have to, you can disagree with people, but make sure that people know, oh, okay, it's a good opinion, but also makes sense. So that was my video about blogging and the blogging community and why is it so catty and how can we fix it. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you like in the comments below. Did you read everything? What do you think about the different witch hunts? Were they good? Were they bad? Were they in the middle? Let me know what you thought below. And also, do let me know if you are a part of any of them or you've seen any of them and what your opinions were and thoughts on them, because I want to know. If you don't like the video and you're going to give it a dislike, please tell me what you didn't like or why your opinion differs with mine to the point where you want to dislike this video. And if you do know, if you do have a different opinion, let me know. I want to learn. I like learning. And also, last thing, if you want, you can subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe down below. You can subscribe in the end card. You can go back to my main channel, watch a lot of videos, and then subscribe. But I would love to have you here, and there will be more videos. There will be a new video on Sunday, that's a vlog, and another video next week on Wednesday at the same time, 3 p.m. Be here, be square. That is another one of these opinionated videos. Who knows? This one might be politics, Instagram, or death. Ooh. So, get ready, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!